Exciting one, huh?
DeMeco, you all really turned up the pressure a lot on Caleb Williams, kind of late in the first quarter and then so on. What was the basis behind that, and how did you see that kind of affect the game?
Well, it starts up front with our defensive line, like Will, Daniil, Mario, all the guys. The way they were rushing, like together, and the way we were covering in the back end, that really set things apart for us. So, credit to Sting and Kamari for the way they covered, allowing those guys to get the pressure. You don't get pressure unless the coverage is tight. So those guys covered well and allowed the rush to get there.
Yeah, we got a lot of questions. Go ahead.
I got you, John. Go ahead.
DeMeco, what were they doing to shut down your run the way they did?
Yeah, they did a really nice job, man. Their defense, Matt has had a great defenses in this league for a long time. So for us, they were moving a lot of stunts up front, a lot of movement, causing a little chaos up front for us, right? They had a lot of penetration, so we weren't able to have the lanes that we had the previous week. So something we had to clean up on the offensive side and make sure we just continue to get a hat on the hat no matter what they show us.
Is that what you were doing to shut down their run too?
Yeah, our guys did a great job of setting the edge. Like, they try to run the ball outside a lot. Our guys set the edge, and guys just swarmed inside out to the ball. Right, we had a little movement up front, but the way our guys tackled was really, really nice.
It seemed that Mixon got hurt on a play that's kind of banned from the NFL with the hip drop. What did you see, and kind of what are your thoughts on the play that got Joe Mixon hurt?
Yeah, saw it there. Joe got, rolled up. The guy's weight definitely came down on his ankle. Right, didn't look good from my view, so we'll evaluate Joe throughout the week. Hopefully he's okay. But I have to see the film and see, was it really a hip drop tackle? I have to see the film and see, if it was really that.
DeMeco, 12 penalties, 115 yards. I know that's not your style of playing clean football. Is this something really going to be an attention grabber this week, particularly tomorrow when you start watching film?
That's definitely the attention grabber. We cannot play that way. Like 12 penalties, it's undisciplined football, and that's not what we're about. So we have to clean that up all across the board. Offense, defense, special teams, every phase had penalties. So we allowed them to stay in the game because we helped them, right? So we have to pick that up.
How much can a game like this, that 19-13 win, how much can a game like this help you all moving forward, getting that gritty, tough win?
It's just about winning, right? 1 week at a time. They're not always going to be pretty, but you just have to find a way to win, and that's what I'm most proud about with our guys. Like, no matter what happened there at the end, we found a way to win. With all the penalties, all of the negative plays, like, we were able to gut out a win, and that's what this league is about.
Coach, I'm thinking about a couple young defenders, and I'm going to lump them together just to get your reaction. You already mentioned setting the edge. I thought maybe Petrie's best game in this new role, saw him several times setting the edge, being physical at the point of attack, and then 2 games in a row, Henry told. His development sounded like his body's right. What did you see from those 2 guys?
Guys were flying around, sideline to sideline. So Petrie definitely jumped off. He's playing physical, right? He was active. He was around the ball a lot. A couple big hits there. That's what we're about, physical defense. And Petrie put it on tape. Like, if you're going to play us, it's going to be a physical brand of football. So excited where Petrie is.
What is having a kicker like Jaime Fairbairn done for your team so far this season, and kind of just what is the confidence in him, hitting from long range and just being able to lean on him so far this season?
Yeah, nobody talks about it enough. Amy is the reason why we won these 2 games, right? That's been the player of the game. For him to hit, I don't know how many, 6 50-yard field goals. Like, I don't think that's been done before. So it's very special for Amy. Like, he's been consistent, he's on it, and he's the reason, like, why we're standing here, right? We talk a lot about offense, defense, but the kicking game is the reason why we won this game today.
DeMeco, how do you explain it? Because he's never kicked this far, this consistently in his 8 years here. How do you explain it?
It's the right time now. He's kicking it at the right time now. But Amy, he puts a lot of work in. And just to see his confidence, right? He knows, like, we're behind him, right? And everything he's showing, he's proven to his teammates, right? He's been consistent, he's confident, and our operation has been flawless.
I know he was impressive last year, CJ, but then having a whole off season now, a couple games in, what have you noticed growth-wise? What's the biggest difference you've seen in him compared to last year now that he's got that whole year under his belt?
Yeah, CJ's been the same. Just the command, the playmaking ability, it's all been the same. Proud of him, young player. Second year, he's continued to put the team on his back when we need him most, making some outstanding plays for us.
We'll take his last two right here, DJ.
Nico had another big game, back-to-back 100 receiving yards. What can you guys do to kind of get Tank and Stephon kind of going? Kind of know if you have all three clicking, you guys can reach the max peak of your offense. What you guys have to do to kind of get those two going?
Yeah, I don't think it's a matter of getting guys going. If, like I said before, guys, whoever is open and they're making plays, they'll get the ball, right? So it's not a lack of trying to get those guys the ball. Nico has just shown up these first 2 weeks and made some big-time plays for us. So the other guys are playing really well as well. I mean, Tank and Diggs are playing well too.
Last one.
Coach, it was a little leaky at times, maybe on the interior. Kenyon Green maybe got spotlighted at the time, a little bit into the penalties. Tunsil had one, Kenyon had one. Without reviewing the tape, just with the naked eye, so to speak, what did you see from the O-line?
Well, I think when you look at it, I mean, like again, I said they had a lot of movement up front. They caused a lot of chaos for us up front. We'll run it better. We'll be fine.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
about your defense tonight?
They played amazing. Shout out to them. You know, we lean on each other, so I'm super proud of them boys.
How would you just are we doing microphone? Yeah, go ahead. All right, go ahead. How would you describe just the offense tonight?
First half, I feel like we played really good. You know, definitely knew that they were going to try to stop the run and just did some different schemes for that. So try to throw it. Thought we threw it pretty well in the first half. The second half, we were just flat. Just needed a big play, or just needed to play, just stack plays really, and we just couldn't find our rhythm. So, you know, that's a good defense over there. A lot of respect to those guys. They had a good plan for us. So, you know, it's good to learn in the dub, but, you know, I definitely know that we'll be better.
Speaking to your point about being flat in the second half or later on in the game, what do you feel like is going to be the first point that you bring up in the offensive meeting, some of the things that you're going to key in on what you guys can improve?
I mean, it's a multitude of things, but I feel like just shooting ourselves in the foot, it's never really them. You know, we run a type of play style where, like, regardless of the coverage or whatever it is, you know, it's up to the players to execute, you know. So I definitely think, like, we got to stop getting penalties. That's one thing. Another is just, you know, stop shooting ourselves in the foot, hat on a hat in the run game, hat on a hat in the passing game, and really just stop getting in our own way.
Hey, CJ, first couple of weeks, it looks like you've been becoming more comfortable with off-script plays and taking more risks. Would you say that's something that's opened up this year for you?
I mean, yes and no. You know, I don't choose to run. I run when I have to. I feel like I am agile and I can get out, but, you know, I definitely, you know, try to read the defense to get my guys the ball because they're usually open every time. So, you know, it's just up to the pocket and, you know, navigating that, trying to make my O-line right, but also, you know, if I have to, extend the play.
CJ, you guys started 0-2 last year, and now you're 2-0. How much different did things feel this year now that you have the whole season under your belt? What have you learned? Where do you feel like you guys have grown?
0-2 is a lot worse than 2-0, so, you know, I'm definitely grateful, definitely, you know, blessed to be playing this great game. But, you know, it's definitely a lot of things we can clean up. I think around the league you can see that, though, you know what I mean? A lot of sloppy ball, you know, some teams playing better than others, but I definitely know that, you know, Texan football was not what we put on the field today, but, you know, at least in the second half, we'll definitely be better for sure.
You and DeMeco connected on a couple of those scramble drill style plays. Is that something you guys work on actively? Is that like a focus of yours?
No, it's just two guys out there making plays. You know, we have a drill that we do at practice that, you know, it does help those things. But, you know, trying to just be two guys, be dynamic players.
Do you guys think you've grown your bond in that way, the kind of mind meld, so to speak?
Yeah, for sure. I think me and Nico, we've always had a good relationship and always, you know, read each other well on the field. But I think even now, you know, we'll take the next steps. And you can see, you know, Steph getting involved more, Tank getting involved, Dalton, Brev. We're just trying to spread it around, you know, and we have so many dynamic players. So, you know, it's a good problem to have.
You're obviously, you know, ultra competitive, things of that nature. How do you balance, you guys got the win, but you said it, you guys didn't put on Texans football. How do you kind of balance wanting to correct all the mistakes, but while also, you know, celebrating the win that you guys just had today?
It's football. It's hard to win in the NFL. I'm happy. Of course, I'm not satisfied. I'll never be satisfied. There's always things that you can point out. We're not going to let one half of football make us put our head in. We're going to stay confident. We're going to stay taking shots. We're going to stay, you know, betting on us. So I definitely, you know, understand, you know, we need to be better. But, you know, like you said, winning is number one. So we won, and now it's time to move on and get better.
CJ, can you talk a little bit about what Kaimi has meant to the team over these past 2 weeks? And as a quarterback, as an offense, does having a kicker that can hit from long range like that, consistency, give you guys a little bit of extra confidence, you know, once you get over the 50-yard line?
Yeah, and he got ice in his veins, man. I'm super happy and proud of him. And he broke a record today or something like that. So, you know, we definitely need him. You know, all points are big points. And I definitely think, like, the preparation and just who he is at practice, you know, you know that he's going to knock it down just because how hard he is on himself during practice. And, you know, it was a great job by our special teams today, blocking it. Also, you know, punt, Tommy doing his job as well. So, you know, it takes three phases of football to win a football game.
CJ, you mentioned not shooting yourselves in the foot and getting the hat on the hat in the run game. What did you feel like was the biggest difference between the week that y'all had last week in the run game, which was great, and then this week and not necessarily having exactly that?
I just watch film. I can't sit here and tell you right now. It's always better than what you think it is. Always, or if it's a good game, it's always worse. It's worse than you think it was. So I can't sit here and tell you that it was this or another. I just know that they had we talked to them after the game, they had a specific plan on what they were trying to get done, and they executed it, and we got to just be better. So I can't sit here and just tell you exactly what it was.
Last two. Go ahead.
Somewhat twofold. One, I don't know if you saw the replay and Jumbotron and whatnot, but the hip drop tackle on Mixon, how you felt about that, and then how the offense changed once he leaves the game. Later on, Akers fumbles in the red area. I just felt like the running game was off kilter. So just, was it a drop tackle, a hip drop tackle in your mind, and then how did the offense change?
I really didn't notice it. I seen him kind of just fall down weird, and I was like, man, it didn't look good. So, I'm definitely praying for him. I know that he's a tough guy, but, just take care of himself right now. I hope that he's back on the field soon, because you can see we need Joe. Joe's an amazing back. But, yeah, it definitely, shocked us, and we were, shifting momentum a little bit. But, that's up to my job. That's for me to get the juices back going, to, not let that happen. So let us go downhill. But, I hope he's okay. That's the main thing. I just hope Joe is all right. But I didn't notice the tackle. But, yeah.
Last one, Kevin.
CJ, after a remarkable rookie season, what's been the biggest challenge or adjustment for you and your two? Are teams doing anything differently? Are they scheming against you differently?
Not really. I'm still the same young, confident kid that I will and always will be. I definitely do think they tried different schemes, but, I try my best not to focus on that and just focus on my job. So I don't really see a huge difference. I definitely know, what I learned from last year is, it takes a couple weeks early on to get used to playing against other teams, seeing other coverages, because you're in training camp for so long. When you get to these games, it's a little shocker until week 3, week 4. And I think that's around the league, you'll see offenses start to pick it up more.
Thank you, CJ.
All right, Joe.